Well, Happy New Year, everyone. It's me, Nick Michalak, and the excellent Steve Frazier.
Thank you.
Giving you, of course, a New Year's Eve commentary for the 2006 remake, Poseidon.
I can't believe it's been a whole year since we did the last one.
It seems weird. Last year, like the first half of the year of 2013 felt very far away. But hey, guys, if you have your own copy of the 2006 Poseidon from Wolfgang Petersen, get your time set over to 0 and turn on your subtitles to follow along with us. And we're going with a countdown in 3, 2, 1, play.
We put this one on the books like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny because we were talking about, it was in that era when we were doing current and remake, or like original and remake. And Poseidon came up and we were like, oh, it's set on New Year's, we should do it. And then instead of doing the remake right away, we were like, well, let's just save it.
Yeah.
So
we can hit a holiday thing, it's fine. Like some themed ideas around here.
Yeah, I try. Some of them go over better than others.
Well, the original Poseidon Adventure was one of the best things we've watched.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
This one's a little more, as you mentioned before, this was not seen since theater for you.
Yeah, it's been 15 years or whatever. 20? How many years is this?
2006, so
all right.
18?
18?
Something about that.
Something like that. There's our boy, Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite. Oh, Dick Dreyfuss, sure.
Yeah.
I forgot he was in this. Well, that's a cruise ship.
Yeah.
That's a very CGI cruise ship. There's Emmy Rossum. I love her.
That was the one of the things I have a stinging point for this one, even though there's some good effects in the whole thing.
But look at that. I mean, look how fake that looks.
They didn't actually use a real ship for anything on this one. And it's like, oh, man.
Like, that's not in the water at all.
No.
I mean, it kind of looks like a real ship, but...
Yeah, I mean, and they shot him on green screen for this whole thing. It's like, with all this effort and time you put into this thing and the money you put into effects work, you couldn't have rented a ship for a day?
Look at that fake that looks. Jesus Christ.
You couldn't have rented a ship for a day? I mean, looking at this shot, I mean, if you look at the behind-the-scenes stuff, man, they're trying to think, like, this is like some epically complicated shot. It's like, y'all did it in computer. There's nothing complicated about it. You shot one actor on a green screen. The rest of it was just...
Look at those CGI people.
Yeah, they look like freaking Sims.
I don't remember it being this terrible.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that looks bad.
Yeah. It's like, you couldn't have rented a ship for a day? I mean, that's what they did in the first film. They got an actual ship to shoot everything that was on the deck, and then they replicate everything with miniatures, and they did a fantastic job with it. And why you went all digital on this whole thing? It seems ridiculous. I mean,
Akiva Goldsman, producer.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like, I mean, to achieve this kind of shot today would just be a drone.
Right,
and it'd be super cheap. It'd be a fraction of the cost of what they just did here. It's not even when they come up to the close-ups like it goes into a merge into real location. It's still just all digital crap.
Yeah, look at those Sims down there.
Yeah. Petersen's coming off of Perfect Storm and Air Force One. So, I mean, he's a big blockbuster director, but...
And she's coming off Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
Which she was great in.
Okay.
And then, of course, she had the run on the HBO show set in Chicago that I can't think of the name of off the top of my head right now.
Mm-hmm.
He is a delight.
Yeah, of course.
How many Russells have we done now? Is this only the second one? I know we did The Thing.
We did The Thing. I don't think we've done anything else.
Shameless. That's the name of the show.
Right. I mean, talk about a guy's aged so gracefully. I mean, Russell, aside from wrinkles and graying hair, he looks exactly like he did 40 years ago. He's kept himself in shape. He hasn't lost a ton of hair. Still looks great.
Sometimes has a full beard, which is tremendous.
He looks great in that, too. When I was telling you the run time on this one was like 100 minutes.
I was shocked.
They cut a lot of things out of this one because apparently there was like... In this one, the capsize happens 15 minutes into the movie because they cut out a ton of character development stuff at the beginning of the film.
Well, I understand that. A little bit.
Even this, for some reason, this still looks digital to me. It looks weird.
Yeah, everything looks weird.
Half the scene looks like it's green screen to me.
He's kind of a knockoff McConaughey.
Josh Lucas, yeah. He's still working, but he feels like a guy who was like on the cusp of like waiting for that breakout role, but I don't think it ever really came to him. Probably a lot of guys in like 06 era were probably waiting for that and never really came. They looked really promising and just something just didn't click overall. And Dreyfuss apparently did this one just for the money. He really wasn't into it. You can't tell from his performance in this thing, but he did for a college fund for one of his kids.
Well, now he does autograph shows for $80 a pop. And
just for some throwing around money. Maybe a grandkids trust fund now.
I forget what it is that I know that guy from. It's a TV show. But I watch so many TV shows that I don't remember.
Freddie Rodriguez.
Yeah.
6 Feet Under.
That's it. It's kind of a cool looking ship.
It looks better in the night shots than it did in the daytime one.
And I guess they did kind of update it to be a full-on cruise liner.
Yeah, instead of what the old ship they had back in the day, which was like on its last voyage. So
right.
Probably something from like the 50s or something like that. Andre Braugher. You know him so well from The Mist.
Absolutely.
I know him so well from Homicide: Life on the Street. And one thing you can tell as this film goes along, they really gutted everything for his character. He's got nothing in this film.
He's the captain of the ship?
I'm guessing so.
Well, I'll tell you what, this isn't going to win Best Song at the Oscars.
No.
Not that the other one should have either, but it did.
It's all about the competition.
And you said that this wasn't even filmed in a real anything?
This is all soundstage stuff. Anything that's on the deck is not a real ship at all.
Got it. Well, they did pretty good in making the soundstage look like the inside of a cruise ship.
Oh yeah. This one cost a
shitload of money.
$160 million. Only garnered by 181.
It made 181 at the box?
Yeah. It did not.
That is not profitable.
No. And I was went through your inflation calculator because okay, I already did it.
Oh, okay.
But I looked at the budget of the first film, and in inflation up to 2006, it would still only be $23 million. I think it was about 4.9 back in the day.
Okay.
At the most, I think. So.
That was not what the subtitles... The subtitle did not match there, no.
Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon's fun.
Looking skeezy.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a nice thing. A little interplay, kind of establishing a lot more of the stuff with his daughter, where he's very overprotective and various other things in that. And he established that he was a controversial mayor of New York.
I didn't catch that it was New York.
Maybe not New York just yet, but eventually that's why. Trying not to get too far ahead of things. Blue eyes are sparking out on the transfer here.
The what?
Blue eyes of Lucas.
Oh, yeah, yep. Your friend, the captain. It's one of those situations where we've got all these characters, and yet somehow on a ship full of 2,000 people, all the ones that we need to know about are sitting at the same card game.
Right.
How funny that works.
Yeah.
Are these people supposed to know each other? I guess not.
No.
They're behaving as if they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got, like, husky eyes.
Oh, yeah, they're really...
He's got himself a New Year's date. That kid looks like he's 1999, not 2006, but, you know, it's fine. Some trends carry over. I just don't think it's that one.
No.
Hey, you're supposed to stay in the basement, bitch. You'd probably like Shameless.
Okay.
It's good times. Set in Chicago. Bill Macy. She takes her clothes off a lot. Not that lady. Emmy Rossum. You have to pay for things on this cruise ship? I mean, I guess there's...
Charge it to your cabin or something, I suppose.
You can probably always upcharge.
Sure.
You know? Like, all-inclusive, but some things are a premium. So the earring is what makes him gay? Is that the idea?
Yeah, it's a slight tip-off, I guess.
Well, he just told you. He just told...
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, in terms of... just an accoutrement that they think would peg him in that regard.
Accentuate, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean...
kind of a stereotype.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when she said the captain wants you to blow the New Year's horn, I didn't think she meant an air horn on the stage with the band.
Sure.
I thought that meant, like, the toot toot down the
steam
big
whistle
one, right?
Sorts.
Yay! I like that purple one.
I mean, that was a nice bit with Russell's character, like he's there alone,
just observing.
Well, just the fact that like everyone else has someone, he has no one. So that kind of informs he's there with his daughter, but there's no wife. Nice product placement for Nokia.
Sure. I mean,
you got to slip it in somewhere.
I had the Nokia.
160 million don't pay for itself.
Yeah, I'm sure Nokia was good for one or two.
Sure. The size of those suckers.
Now, what prompted this particular wave, you know?
The
like,
currents in nature? I have no idea.
Like, it would have been... Had they just had 30 seconds where there was an earthquake or something.
Yeah,
like a report of an earthquake.
Just the EXO or whatnot on the bridge just saying you felt like something was off.
Right, but that's not enough.
That's not enough, not really. It could have been anything.
And you want to turn starboard and take it broadside? Oh no, he's trying to turn into it. Okay, I see. I was going to say, you want to hit that head on.
Yeah.
Panic ensues.
Mm-hmm.
There's, well, at least he didn't kill himself. There's something to be said about having that many actors in one scene.
Yeah.
All doing
something.
Chaos. Yeah. I love the idea, but that looks like shit.
Yeah.
Even that looked like shit. Fake sparks, fake...
And, the green screen's not great.
That looks great. The practical effects are all great. Southampton. You had to throw that in there?
That's nice.
Well, not for the people on the Titanic, it wasn't.
Oh, that brings up the thing that... One of the guys in the freaking documentary on this thing, featurette or what the hell else, was like, oh, we've got to out-Titanic on this film. With the effects. It's like, no, he didn't.
Well,
no.
You could try.
You could try, you're not.
James Cameron fucking built a boat and then sunk it.
Yeah, you guys didn't even do that much.
I like the water coming out of the pool.
Yeah.
Like that's a nice touch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah.
But I will also say that the Titanic took
hours.
Over an hour once it started sinking.
Yeah.
To, like they had a full hour of effects.
Yeah.
They're going to blow their load here in 15 minutes.
There's some green screen that don't look too hot either. Yeah.
And once the boat's upside down, like everything that you just showed in that last 2 minutes. Ow. everything that they showed, the montage of the last 2 minutes.
Sure.
Titanic took an hour to do.
Right.
So there is so much more detail there. I don't even know what the fuck I just watched.
Sure. Just a little hubris, probably on like a VFX or producer's standpoint, just trying to fluff up the movie a little bit.
Like, I get it. I understand.
PR and everything, but it just stood out as like, no, you're not even out doing the original Poseidon Adventure.
No.
If you want to talk about anything, talk about the stunt game that's going to go on to try to rival something like that.
I don't know the logistics either of this boat being able to float upside down.
Right.
It might, because the reason Titanic sunk was because it breached the interior.
Yeah.
And basically the boat filled up from the bottom up.
Right.
So that's not the case here.
Right.
Although now that it's upside down,
right.
Is it just being buoyant like that, or is it?
Right.
I feel like it's also filling up. No.
It will be, yeah, eventually.
Connor only has one N?
That's weird.
That's weird, according to the subtitles.
So, zombies now. That'd be a nice idea.
Zombies on a cruise ship disaster movie?
Yeah. You need to get original with it, then go for it. I guess a little fire stunt there for a second.
Be like Ocean of the Dead or something, and we could
Death Cruise or some shit.
Oh, they've had Death Ship, Ghost Ship.
Yeah.
All of it.
And Deep Rising with a sea creature on it and all that shit, too.
The Backstreet Boy's dead. Oh, never mind. No, he's not.
He's just trapped.
Well, that's not going to fix it.
Yeah, I know.
So she grabbed the one character that we already know.
Yeah.
Good job.
So just a little...
And bitch, I thought we told you to stay in the basement.
Right. Which is now the penthouse.
Right. Bitch, get upstairs. He's got an unusual face, that kid.
Hmm.
It's like Coner, though, with one N.
Mm-hmm. There used to be a fireman. Backdraft, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Why is this a sequel to Backdraft, then? It's Billy Baldwin or something.
That's right. Donald Sutherland in the background, lighting the ship on fire. Donald Sutherland has one of the 5 or 10 most impactful minutes of that. I love that laser disc. He just got out his laser disc of Batman. For those of you that aren't watching on video, Backdraft. Yes, I don't know what I said.
You said Batman.
Batman. Well, you probably have Batman too in there.
I have Batman right here.
Look at that. There's Batman.
I have Batman.
We're just now watching his laser disc collection.
I think it's right here.
Backdraft is a 10. I like that line. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird that, like, we're introduced to all these characters, but we don't really care yet about any of them. I mean, a little bit, but
some of them you care more about just because of the actor portraying the role. Dreyfuss, you're familiar with. Kurt Russell, he's a charming personality. Josh Lucas has got enough charisma going for him; they can really endear himself to the audience. Everyone else is just kind of a bland slate to a degree.
Well,
and that's where, I mean, apparently Petersen did have Final Cut at the time because he's well-established director, A-list type of guy. So the cut we're watching is the one he approved, but he decided to cut out all the character development stuff just because it made the film move faster.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
But there are ways to, increase character development without having it take forever.
I mean, I was checking the timestamps on the originals. Like, Wave doesn't hit until half an hour into the film.
Is it that long? Really?
It's about half an hour in. But with that one, they paced it well in the original film because you moved from one character to the next, building their little stories and their interconnectedness, and building it up and then kind of slowly converging everyone. This one just feels like you got a little snippet of something here just to establish where they are, what they're doing here, but not really get enough to really care as much about the character. Because apparently, as there's going to be a moment later on, right before this entire area gets screwed over. Braugher and the singer are supposed to have a relationship in the entire film.
Oh, really?
But none of the scenes are in the film. It's like they just gutted things completely. There's like a good 20 or 30 minutes that they cut out of the entire film.
And so, Lucas here is in the Gene Hackman role?
A little bit. I mean, I do like enough. I mean, there's still some archetypes in the characters in certain places, but they didn't readapt the exact same characters all over again. They tried to create some new characters that take them in different places, even though, like I said, the things got gutted to a degree, but they're at least not doing a word for word, beat for beat character replication. I mean, that's half the enjoyment of these films. Aside from the stunts, it's like the character interactions and how they function together and how there's friction at some points.
Yeah, with Hackman, it seems like he was trying to get as many people to survive as he could.
Yeah.
Whereas Lucas's character is very loner.
He doesn't want to be responsible for anyone else.
Whereas it almost feels like Kurt Russell is in that role.
Yeah.
Of savior.
Yeah.
But he isn't the leader of the group.
Right.
So it is a little different in that way, which I like.
Yeah.
Anytime you can kind of shake up the
dynamics.
Right. Yeah, he was on 6 Feet Under. That's how I remember him.
Mm-hmm.
What a great show that was. God damn. HBO really knew how to make a show.
Mm-hmm. Interesting gig for a day. Be a dead body in the wreckage.
Right.
Just lay there still, don't blink, don't do nothing.
Casting call for extras.
Right.
What do you want me to do? Nothing.
There's some blood.
Lay down. Oh, Dylan made it. Everyone on this show was on a TV show. He was obviously on Entourage, which was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Huge hit. Great show. Was Entourage also on HBO?
What?
Entourage? No, Showtime.
I think it was HBO.
I thought it was HBO too, but now I'm second guessing myself. I was going to say, do we have 3 HBO TV actors in this cast? I think it was Showtime, actually.
Kevin Dillon. It's called the Matt Dillon earlier. I'm stupid.
Yeah, that's Kevin.
I'm stupid.
That's all right.
No, it says HBO.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
My gut was right.
The two of them look pretty similar as they are. I mean...
Yeah, they do. So 3 HBO actors. Oh, maybe Shameless was on Showtime. And that's what I'm forgetting. Okay.
That sounds closer to right.
That looks tenuous.
Most things will probably be.
Pretty ingenious, though, to like...
Yeah.
Is this, Oh, no, I guess it's not. I was going to say, is this everybody? But clearly we have the
daughter.
The daughter and the
boy band kid.
The foreign lady and the Kevin Dillon.
Yeah.
I like that we have a kid, though. Like, that's a good character. It actually makes you care about the mom more.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if she did not have a child...
She'd be just...
Another, she'd be a body.
I do have a bit of a thing, is like, okay... Once we get them all together, it's like, all the ladies get a little blended together to me.
A little bit.
They should have had... At least one would be a blonde or something like that. They're all brunettes. So, like... Shafts of light or short shots, like, I can't keep track of who's who.
That's very dangerous, Dreyfuss.
I mean, all the guys are very distinct. I mean, Lucas has the blonde hair. You got a kid there. You got the other guy who's in the tux.
All the men are
very distinct.
Name actors as well that you are established with.
And they're all different ages. They're dressed differently. They're all different hair colors.
Right. All the women are the same age, the same body type, the same
hair. Yeah. Oof.
Thank you, gorgeous is a great line. How sweet. Give me your hand, give me your foot, give me your everything. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh boy. That is not good. Can you imagine being Dreyfuss in this situation?
Oh, drawn and quartered.
Well, Freddie doesn't weigh that much.
Yeah. Weighs enough.
Valentine, excuse me, with no E at the end according to the subtitles. Valentin. I never understood the idea of people holding on to other people, dangling off things with just holding them by one hand.
Yeah. Here comes the perils.
Is he actively kicking him off?
Lucas told him you got to kick him off, or else you're both going. Ugh.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit! 6 feet under.
No.
I almost hit a backdraft there. You're right, he seems kind of bland. Braugher.
Yeah. I mean, I know him as... He can be incredible.
Oh, sure.
Just insanely credible.
He just seems kind of there. Like he doesn't even seem like the captain of the ship.
He's not exerting the authority that he should have.
Right.
That's when I was like, what? Guy on the bridge seems like the captain to me. Who was kind of feeling things out and
felt like something was off.
Action.
Yeah. Yeah, he's down here grabbing ass and playing PR guy.
Yeah. I like that the two of them have that look between them, just kind of not having to discuss the moment where he had to kick him off, just like...
Right, like it's just understood now that they've committed this crime together, sort of.
It just... The shit we're having to do just to... Realizing that maybe not all of us are going to survive this. And we have to kind of make some kind of peace with what we have to do to survive. It's not going to be pretty. Which is all just... Though it kind of irks me with Dreyfuss' character. It's like, okay, he was ready to throw himself off the side and just end his life.
Right.
20 minutes ago. You could have grappled with that a little bit. And they don't bring it up again.
Well, maybe that's what that scene was about.
Yeah.
Is him saying, I just chose life.
Right.
My own life.
Right.
And I wouldn't have done that
a
half hour ago.
Yeah. It just feels like as we go along in the film, it just feels like there was potential for further development on that front.
Right. We should have noticed it here and then had it verbalized in some way later on.
Yeah.
Are they literally the only three that lived out of that whole room?
Yeah.
The three that we've met before?
Yeah. So, I can feel your plot convenience critiques surfacing.
Well, I'm just saying, logically, that doesn't...
Yeah, it feels like main character protection shield.
We're only... Oh, I guess we are 35 minutes in.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it wouldn't be terrible. Like, what if... Let's say that the foreign girl we'd never met before.
Sure.
And we met her just now because she survived that room.
Potentially,
like, you know what I mean? Like, let's make it a little more believable. And then now
something a little bit more happenstantial in some cases, yeah.
Right, and now he's got somebody to protect.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which again is a little archetypal. I mean, he's kind of... He had Red Button's character in the first one, and he's kind of befriends this one girl in the entire pack and whatnot, and he's kind of protecting her. So again, they're still taking kind of the map of the original, but not doing the exact same characters all over again. So they're taking cues from it, but at least I don't know. It's a little half and half in that regard. Like, okay, well, you changed some characters, but no, okay, I can see that you are just remaking certain parts of it. It's partially fresh, but partially recycled. So I don't know how to feel about that, really. You give them some credit, but they kind of pull a little bit of it away. And it's just like, okay, well, you're just doing the same thing the other film did.
Yeah, but the other one was already better in so many ways.
Oh, yeah, completely. Characters far better drawn. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's a great way to demonstrate.
Yeah.
Nope, just hot.
That's the weird little thing, okay? That's the only thing they give for Lucas's character. Like, oh, how long were you in Navy? A long time. That's the only development they give for him.
Right.
To explain how he knows the ship so well.
and then
it's like almost like a throwaway overdub line.
And then she just said that he was the mayor for New York City for a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I feel like would make him a celebrity.
Yeah. Everyone would know him.
Right, exactly. I like that they have different characters, like leading different portions of the...
Someone else taking initiative here and there.
Right, yeah.
It's nice.
You'd think it'd be easy, because they've already got... What do we have, like 10 characters here?
They're about close to it.
It's only a 100-minute movie, which means you only have to write 10 minutes... of stories for each one.
Yeah.
Like, that shouldn't be that hard. But yet, it is for so many people.
Yeah. I mean, even Dylan's character's like, okay, yeah, you try to get what he's about, but he's such a superficial character. There's no depth to him whatsoever.
Right. Like, we don't know anything about him.
No.
Other than his swagger.
Swagger and the clearly a selfish prick.
So, that's actually a pretty good development for both characters. Yeah. Why would you pick a fight?
Yeah.
At this point in your journey.
I like Lucas's character. Like, he just starts laughing him off. Like, I think you know best. Go ahead, pal.
I just don't understand the point.
Right. Why antagonize anyone when you're all just trying to survive together? Yeah. He's Lucky Larry.
Like, I just kind of don't buy that.
Right, he's such a caricature.
Right. Like, I understand being brash and being confident and cocky and...
Yeah. That looks so digital and fake. It's really bad.
That really looks terrible. That looks even worse. Yeah. Fuck me. We had better effects in Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
I'm shocked, actually. I did not remember it being this bad looking.
I mean, this was still in the era where they just were trying to do everything with CGI. They didn't... unless you're a real smart filmmaker like a Peter Jackson or something else like that, they're just trying to make CGI the be-all, end-all of everything. They're not going to use a model. They're not going to use any kind of practical photography. It's all just going to be computer. And the films looked worse for it.
This might as well be an Avengers movie. That's my sarcasm.
Sure, yeah. I get you. There we go.
That right there also is a great character development. Mm-hmm. Or character trait or whatever. Where he the whole time Lucas has been very like I'm gonna do
myself.
I'm gonna do this. If y'all want to come along, great, but don't
cry to me if things go wrong,
and don't impede my you know progress.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would be him. If I was somebody on this...
Yeah, I don't feel it.
I don't think I'd be Kurt Russell either.
Not quite, no.
I think I identify with Richard Dreyfuss.
Sure.
So now they're going to zip line across?
Yeah.
Her name's Jenny?
I guess so.
I like that. That's good. I like this father-daughter dynamic.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of sense does it make to go both at the same time?
Yeah, I mean...
Really?
Right.
Why would anybody hit anybody if it's not Kevin Dillon?
Right. Who is now...
He's now... It's moot.
Cooked and drowned.
Right. Cooked and drowned. Whoop. Somebody else is getting cooked.
There it goes.
The cook! Now, this is perfect because Braugher actually said... I think it was him. Said something about the ship wasn't meant to be... To stay afloat.
Right.
Upside down. Might have been Dreyfuss, actually.
Yeah, because he's the architect, so you know the engineering of it all. Yes, it was him.
And that was my point earlier.
This is about the halfway point.
There you go. That was my point earlier, that it would start to fill up.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of captain is just standing there?
Right. I mean...
You dumb dick. Like, do something.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they gave him nothing in this film.
He's not leading the charge.
And here, this is the only hint that these characters knew each other worth a damn and had any relationship. It's the last 2 seconds they're on screen. It's like, what? Why would you do that?
Like
because we have no empathy, we have no connection to anyone in this entire ballroom. It'd be nice if you kept in one scene that established those two together to give a little bit of sympathy for them.
Well, even if maybe while they were both on stage, if they like shared a wink,
something, or a moment,
even if it's just nonverbal,
just a little sentimentality between the two of them. But just like you kind of wasted an entire pivotal scene of peril there by just cutting out 2 or 3 minutes of character development at the most.
So now, Braugher's character is now dead, right?
Yeah, they're all gone.
Everybody down. Okay.
Anyone in the ballroom is gone. They've all been flooded out. And the fact is, they closed all the
doors. Yeah,
all the doors. Well, now there's no escape.
So how many do we have left?
6 or 7, maybe.
I like that there's a guy floating in it. That makes me happy.
Bodies floating around. You got 4 here. Yeah, about 7.
Yep. All right, so we're all going to go in the air vent.
There we are.
Oh, yes. Jesus Christ.
Yes, again.
Yeah, air vents aren't that big. No. They're also not made to hold people.
No. This is like the 6th commentary we've had to comment on this with. This keeps happening all the time.
I mean, this looks like the laundry chute that Danielle Harris went up in Halloween 5.
Yeah.
which was naturally locked at the bottom.
Yes.
Naturally.
Yeah. And she would end up being in Daylight with Stallone in a
she would.
disaster film situation.
Sure she would. I just saw her at a convention not that long ago.
Oh yeah,
and she is still absolutely
exceptionally stellar looking.
Yes. Yeah, her and Scout together.
Whew.
Oh boy.
Too much.
Aw, I like this kid.
You need to use him more in this whole thing.
They really have not used him enough.
No.
Like, to your point, we're already past the midpoint.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we care a little bit about most of these people, but the kid doesn't really have any personality. He's just a child.
And the only thing they manufacture for the kid is, like, he goes for the stupidest reasons possible. He just goes wandering around the ship later on and gets lost. It's like, who contrived that idea?
Like, his character isn't a character. His character is child.
Yes. He's an accoutrement to the mother.
Right. Like, the kid is the reason we care about her.
Right.
And
but right now, I don't know who in this vent is his mother.
Right, and his age is why we care about him.
Right.
Not because of anything he's said or done.
Right, right.
Well, I know Emmy Rossum because I've seen her naked on TV a lot, and I like it. She's my fave. She was great in The Phantom of the Opera. Gerard Butler, not great in The Phantom of the Opera.
Okay,
I'm
this
so
is the Schumacher
pissed.
version, huh?
Yes. Oh my God, I hated it so bad.
I heard it wasn't great.
Like, everything about it was perfect except for the Gerard Butler part. And there's no reason that he was supposed to be singing as the Phantom.
I don't picture him as a singer.
He's not.
He's not.
Yet, the Phantom character is like the greatest singer ever.
Yeah. Like, no.
No.
You were just in Dracula 2000. You're not going to Phantom. You're not going to Weber.
Right. And Emmy here was like 17 or something. She's only like 19 or something here.
Yeesh. That's her here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Russell's daughter. The newly engaged fiancée.
Mm-hmm.
Her.
Okay.
Oh, good. We've got a job for the kid to do. I still don't know why they only gave him one N in his name. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 6-year-old, he's going to have the strength to turn a commercial screw.
Right.
These people are stuck in different parts of the vent?
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
It's a nice thing to keep all the characters still kind of in play.
Yeah.
He's stuck in this dented and busted up part of the whole thing, and he can't get out without her helping. And he's got to Lucas got to coach her through it while they're trying to undo the screw thing. It's a nice constructed sequence.
I like the confetti in the water.
Sure,
that's a good touch.
Nice.
What do we got? Jesus?
Yeah.
Jesus on my necklace? You can't yell at the kid, hey, come on. That's turning way too easily, by the way. I was going to say it's just one. Lucas is underwater, kiddo. There you go. Yeah, he nearly drowned.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bill Paxton in The Abyss. He nearly drowned like 3 times, right?
You mean the Titanic?
No, I didn't mean Bill Paxton. I meant the other guy.
Ed Harris?
Ed Harris, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I get some of those Cameron guys mixed up. Ed Harris. Ed Harris almost died like 3 times on The Abyss.
Yeah, he did.
Like, for real.
Yeah. James Cameron almost died on the film too. Let's Master Attorney won't even talk about whether she died or not. She just
maybe she did. Maybe she did die. Yeah,
just trauma.
Yeah, that's kind of a fucked up production.
Oh yes, but what a film!
It's a pretty good movie though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the end's a little weird, but it's fine. It's fine.
Sure.
At least we have the water rising as a motivation for them to keep going.
Right.
As opposed to just the idea that you have to keep going to get out.
Yeah.
Like there's a peril within the peril.
Yes. It just creates the urgency to need to constantly make a decision.
Yeah, let's all argue about it. That definitely helps.
Mm-hmm.
That would be actually a horrifying situation, right?
Yeah. I mean, this entire time you're trying to avoid this exact scenario.
Right.
Like they shot it upside down.
Well, yeah.
Someone could have made that mistake, but not this cinematographer. This guy shot The Hitcher, Mad Max Fury Road, The English Patient, like tons of like master-class films.
I can't believe that we have 2 commentaries in a row that reference The English Patient, Academy Award-winning Best Picture of 1996. It's not a great movie.
Just ask Elaine Bennis.
Well, yeah, she saw it a couple times.
Shot Rain Man, Dead Poets Society, The Firm.
No shit, he shot Rain Man and Dead Poets.
First Harry Potter.
Wow.
Talented Mr. Ripley. This guy's...
All of those are better movies than this.
And he won the cinematography Oscar for The English Patient. It was nominated for like 5 other films. This guy's John Seal.
The English Patient is an epic. So epics tend to win cinematography.
Yeah, your vistas and all that type of stuff. Your widescreen glory shots.
Tableaus, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would not survive one of these films.
I remember when I watched There Will Be Blood, which was the best picture of that year, regardless of it not winning. I remember watching it and thinking, while I was watching it, that it was going to win the cinematography Oscar.
It did.
It did.
Is that Robert Ellsworth?
I don't remember.
So I've covered a couple of films that he's shot, and I've mentioned that win a couple of times.
That sounds right, but I can't be 100%.
P.T. Anderson, right? Yeah. That sounds about right. Yep, it is. He shot a couple of the Mission Impossible films and a few other things. I mean, that's another A-grade cinematographer.
There Will Be Blood is an 11 out of 10. Did you see it?
No.
It is, oh my God. The first 20 minutes of the movie, there's no talking.
Oh.
And it's like, holy shit.
Like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Almost. And of course, Daniel Day-Lewis is,
Well,
I mean...
You don't need to subscribe any adjectives to his name.
I mean, if you're just talking scoreboard, he's the greatest of all time. Because nobody's ever won 3 Best Actors except for him.
Of course.
And that was one of them.
Yeah.
And it was deserved in the first 20 minutes. And then you have 2 more hours to go. And it's, oh my God. I want to watch it tonight when I get home.
Yeah, like I was saying, I would not survive a film like this because, one, I can't swim.
Well, this is not...
That pretty much kills me right away, don't it?
This isn't swimming, by the way.
But...
So, you don't have to know how to swim. You have to know how to hold your breath. That's swimming.
Yeah.
Which, by the way...
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
This is an actual, like, underwater stunt, right?
Yeah. He did the fire stunt earlier, jumping through the fire under the water. He lobbied to do that himself. That's
like
not
this is
form.
This is absolutely the part where I would die.
Yes.
I can't believe that all of those actors submitted themselves to being underwater. Like, clearly there was somebody under there with oxygen or whatever.
Oh, yeah, the divers and everything.
Right.
Thoroughly, yeah.
But, still.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that's how Mel Gibson survived 8 minutes underwater in
Lethal 4.
Lethal 4, right. There was a diver under there with him. Uh-oh. Is that her hair stuck?
I think so. Hair or dress.
That right there. That's the panic that
and then...
Oh, man. That doesn't answer the question, sir. So I suppose this is the equivalent of...
the Shelley Winters
without
having the kind of hero moment for it, yeah. No. I mean, that scene...
Well, right, because
with
it's...
her and Hackman, I mean, that's an incredible scene.
It's probably the best scene in the movie, right?
Yeah.
In the first one.
Yeah, where you're just trying to resuscitate, it's like, not this woman, not this thing. Almost like talking down to God. It's like, you don't do this to this woman after all this.
And again, of the 7 people in this room, we care the least about her.
She
the
doesn't
stowaway.
Right, she doesn't really have a character. Only we have like it almost like transplanted, that's kind of rubbing off from Dreyfuss's character because he's put some kind of sympathy with her.
Right, she got the rub.
Right.
The Dreyfuss dust.
Yeah. And her boyfriend died freaking 40 minutes ago. So it's like there's still...
No, he wasn't her boyfriend. There was the scene where she talked about how she befriended him just for passage so she could be with her boyfriend.
Well, that's even less of a character.
Right. She told Emmy Rossum the story.
So you're befriending him, but you're not giving him anything for it. What's
Correct.
up with this shit?
Yeah.
Why won't you just make it the boyfriend who... That's so bad.
Yes.
That's a terrible way to write it.
She's a stowaway.
But you got on because it's this other guy that you kind of let on to do something for you. And
correct.
That's bad. Why would you write that?
I don't know, but that's what happened.
That's bad. So she's nobody.
She's dead.
was like nobody. So then nobody gave a shit that freaking Freddie Rodriguez bit it.
No. Well, I did.
Dreyfuss scared for about 3 seconds while sharing a look with Lucas there. And probably being like, well, this Dylan guy's a lot more... It's a lot hotter than the guy who
right.
dive to the pits of hell.
I wouldn't call it that.
Art direction's got to be interesting, all this shit.
Right, like
find all this random junk.
Here's one of those scenes where you art direct the fuck out of the scene.
Yeah.
You build all this shit up. You do a take. Uh-oh, somebody flubbed a line. You got to put all the shit back in the hull.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got to take it apart again.
And that was kind of an interesting thing on this film because they were basically shooting everything in sequence because they would shoot everything on one set, then strike that set, then start building the other sets on top to get almost a leapfrog kind of effect on that regard. Okay,
yeah.
They're done here. We get that one, then we try to get like 2 sets ahead of them to build that one over the weekend. Which doesn't sound like the best idea to go forward because I mean, usually on a film you're spending weeks building sets, not months.
I was going to say it was like U2 tour where they've got two stages and they set up, in tomorrow's town today and then take today's and go leapfrog to... Because it takes a full day to set up.
Sure.
Is that Adam Driver? No. That's a good analogy. Can you imagine, like, burning your lungs?
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
Like rice paper,
Oof.
as it said? Is nothing.
That's a weird
like
line.
Oh, no, not the red light. I like that there's this "we made it" music happening.
Sure.
Everyone's just hopscotching along here.
Yeah.
He's thinking, goddammit. Give him a second. Break into twos.
And draw straws?
Yeah, right. You got to draw straws, right. And here's how the kid goes. I mean, there's only 7 of them, so the kid doesn't have a partner.
Right.
So the kid gets lost. This makes sense.
Yeah, why would you go on your own wandering around the fucking place without your mother?
We'll hold up our matchsticks together and we'll compare them.
Yeah. I like that. I mean, Lucas is just like, God damn, we were so close. And he just, God.
Only thing between that and the outside is nothing.
It's a weird way to phrase it.
They were jumping along like the yellow brick road there for a second, and then all of a sudden now they're sauntering.
Yeah.
Relaxing on the Mountain Dew. Kid's eating Doritos.
Well,
I mean, he's probably hungry. Oh. It is, 2 in the morning at this point?
Probably close to it, yeah.
I don't know if I like that they made him both the mayor and a fireman.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense for the story they have. Okay, he was some big fireman who was involved with a major rescue operation. He becomes kind of a local celebrity.
Right, but why not just have him
into it?
Why not just have him be the fireman?
Right,
like he was the fire chief or something.
It just for the character, they're trying to give him guff because he was like he got in over his head being the mayor. So it's like that's why whoever brings the task for him is Kevin Dillon. For about 2 minutes in the film, then Dillon's then everyone just follows him like he's the leader anyway. So
right, what's the point?
It's an underused character point,
which means that you should take it out completely,
probably,
and just make him a fireman.
Right.
In which case, that scene has even more weight because that's you know, like when you say that the who lives and dies line, as a tarnished mayor, it comes out differently than if you're the fire hero.
Yeah. I mean,
that looks god awful.
Yeah, that looks fucking shit. But taking off that, it's like, okay, you could skew it to be like, okay, he was involved with a major blaze where he lost certain people with
right,
it.
Exactly.
And make that more the weight on the whole thing, where maybe it's almost a personal internal redemption thing to try to get these people to safety, try to reclaim a little bit of that self-respect for himself, self-integrity, some dignity about himself.
Maybe if I was writing it, he would have been an alcoholic, and that's why his wife left. And now he's sober, and putting his life back together.
Yeah, something.
I feel like you want to follow Kurt Russell no matter what.
Well, yeah.
Where are you going?
Going to find the kid.
Oh, that's right.
Because he just decided to wander off somewhere where instead of just sitting there eating the damn Doritos.
Well, his Doritos got wet.
I mean, he's got to find the mother, then he's got to find the kid afterwards. I mean... And she went off looking for the kid. So why'd the kid go off wandering someplace? I don't understand this part of the plot.
So I would like to bring up a point right now.
Yeah.
That is my single only problem with the movie Titanic.
All right.
And I would like to make the same argument here.
Sure.
It is New Year's.
Yeah.
They are in the ocean.
All right.
This water is got to be
freezing ass cold.
38 degrees.
All right.
And yet everyone's just swimming around in it inside the ship.
Yeah, there's no hyperventilating. There's no hypothermia.
Now in Titanic, obviously, when they go outside, they're freezing to death.
Yeah.
But when they're swimming around in it on the inside...
Yeah, it's all nice, warm, and cozy.
Right, exactly. None of these people are frozen.
Right.
I mean, all of them would have...
Not a single person's trembling.
Right. Like, they literally swam underwater for half a mile.
Right.
In the ocean.
Oh.
In January. I guess if you're going to take a job just for the money, this isn't a terrible one.
No.
I mean, he was
like
in Piranha.
I said, he's not phoning it in or anything. I mean, he could definitely be. He definitely could be phoning it in if he really was that fucking disinterested. But
we should do Piranha. We should the newer. Well, I'd love to do both of them, but the newer one with Elizabeth Shue is, I mean, it's a horror comedy to perfection.
Like he decides to actually read it upside down too.
Well, that makes sense.
All right.
Dreyfuss has a cameo in Piranha, which is why.
Okay. And the original was directed by Joe Dante. Which
I love
touched on here and there.
I love the original. Kind of a B movie from the 70s.
Yeah, it's Roger Corman's takeoff on the Jaws thing to a degree. So.
Right, and so when they remade it, they had Dreyfuss.
Yeah.
Kind of, I don't know if it's a reprise, but there's some Jaws references.
Was that around this time, or was it slightly afterwards?
Let's see. It was around this time.
Okay, because Scheider passed away in 2008, I think. So he might have been the only guy still in health and kicking around to actually cameo at all.
Yeah, it's also 40 degrees. You're in the ocean. Just because the water's in the boat doesn't make it warm. I guess there is something to be said about the production of all of these kind of underwater scenes.
Yeah.
It does not rival Titanic, though.
No, I can't imagine so at all. Like I said, it's like in the feature, it's like, okay, you're just pumping yourself up a little too much there, pal. Just kind of ease off the fucking ego trip you're trying to put yourself into.
It's about time this character did something. He doesn't even look like the same actor. This guy.
Yeah. Well, he's a limp nothing in the film. He barely has any screen time worth a damn.
I mean, he doesn't look like a boy band member anymore, is my point.
Well, yeah, because
he's
all the
soggy.
All those products out of his hair now.
Right. Oh, no. The double cross. Not really, but...
You got to be kidding me.
What's up?
This thing was nominated for Best Visual Effects at the Oscars.
Get the fuck out of here.
I was just looking it up to see who was nominated. It's like it's against Superman Returns and the third Pirates of the Caribbean film.
Did Pirates win?
Yeah.
What a shit year.
Meanwhile, Pan's Labyrinth came out the same year and got makeup and cinematography and art direction.
This is 06?
Yeah.
So this is the year of The Departed and Little Miss Sunshine and Dreamgirls. Yeah.
I was like...
I really thought Little Miss Sunshine was going to win.
06? Where the fuck? I gotta figure out what else came out in 06.
I was okay with The Departed winning, but I actually, on my ballot, checked off Little Miss Sunshine. I thought it was going to be an upset.
And Casino Royale came out that year. It's got great visual effects.
Well, Casino Royale is a top 3 Bond film.
Yeah. Mission Impossible 3 has fantastic effects. Nominate that. Damn it. Sometimes they just don't know how to get that.
No.
Get the visual effects Oscar right. I have a lot of problems over the years with that award.
Oops.
There we go. Oh, hell of an acting bed here. Imagine trying to do that underwater.
Well, without actually dying for real.
Exactly. That's why he's Kurt Russell, damn it.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, my lord.
So he did it by accident?
I guess the last piece of cognizance he had.
It looked like an accident.
Kind of here or there.
Where did you go, kid?
Why did you wander off?
Why did you
into
go?
The bowels of the fucking ship.
Again, you have no personality. You're just an age.
Yeah.
He's got the same amount of character development as the boy band.
Yeah.
I forget in the original, was there a character that sacrificed themselves like that? I feel like
Hackman does, because they're trying to blow open some kind of turn off like a fire vent or something else like that, and Hackman leaps over there and has to pull the lever.
Right.
And then tell Borgnine's character, get them out.
That's right. Then he drops. He drops down.
Yeah.
God, Ernie Borgnine is so good in that movie.
Oh hell, Rogo.
This one is definitely relying more on like the action sequences, than it is the storytelling.
Mm-hmm. And just the personalities of some of the actors, not so much the characters they've been given, but because you've got a couple of actors who've got enough personality naturally, to push the plot in certain direction.
The original was also an all-star cast, but they knew how to write the movie,
right,
so that you cared about the people.
Right.
And then I was going to say, I think this is a trend that is still carried on to today, where we need to make a movie that looks good and is fast-paced.
Yeah.
And story be damned.
Right. That still exists.
But in the 70s, that wasn't the case.
No. They're writing character-driven narratives.
Right, and not to say that those don't still exist, because they do. But as far as the mass common offering, it seems to be, fun with computers.
Right.
And, here's a jerk-off, or a big old circle jerk of...
Yeah.
Whatever, and...
It's probably back in the 70s. Not saying that maybe a couple of them that didn't hit the mark, and they kind of... characters didn't quite connect or whatnot. But they probably had at least enough forethought, like, we can do a couple spectacular effects in a few sequences, but we can't do it every 2 minutes in the entire film. We don't have the ability to do that on that level, so we have to capture them with the characters. We have to make sure that the characters connect with the audience and move the story forward.
Why is that not the standard always?
Yeah. Like, maybe this film wouldn't cost $160 million if maybe you didn't try to do so many digital effects sequences and try to make more of a character story. I mean, still you're going to have all this stuff, but at least, the pyrotechnics and stuff like that has to cost less than paying 500 effects artists to do the post-production stuff on it that doesn't look that good. This is all the same stuff they did in the original film with all this practical, the fire and the wind and all the other stuff, whatever the hell it was. They still did that in the original, and it wasn't, like I said, comparing the inflation for the original's budget to this, it's still a fraction of what this film cost.
Right.
And again, they shot on a real boat for part of it. They used a green screen for this one for the boat.
Oops. Was that supposed to stop it? Like, jam the propeller was the idea?
I don't know if they were... if they're putting like an oxygen tank, wherever the hell that is, it's going to blow no matter what you do. So they're just trying to...
Oh, I guess it worked.
Shut down the propeller one way or another.
However, whatever their intention was, it worked.
Yeah.
I thought they were trying to, just jam it.
Sure.
It's, it's not like sticking a stick in the fan or the spoke of your bicycle wheel. Yeah.
The green screen here looks like shit.
I love the concept.
Yeah.
And okay, what do you do now?
It just looked like all the black levels and the gamma was completely off in the entire shot.
This is
well done.
This is a really cool concept shot.
Yeah.
But, like, where do you go? Like, okay, you made it. Now what?
Right.
Oh, there's a dinghy out there.
Yeah.
There's still 6 of them, though. That seems like a lot. We started with, what, 9? 10?
Yeah, we lost Freddie Rodriguez. We lost Elena.
His girl. Well, his stowaway.
Yeah.
And we lost Kurt Russell.
That's it.
Now you're outside. You can be cold. It's January 1st, by the way.
In the middle of the fucking Atlantic.
I assume. Even if you're in... I guess, okay, maybe you're in the Caribbean or something. They didn't say.
Yeah. We might have missed it at the beginning of the entire film. Maybe I can find it on the IMDb Wikipedia description real quick.
You can see her breath. They made a point of showing that you can see her breath, so... Oh, now it's going to tip over?
Yeah, so it was doing a transatlantic crossing.
Oh, right, because that's what she said. She was going to see her... whatever. Now that would have tipped over the dinghy, by the way, that...
Yeah.
These waves?
Yeah.
That looks like god-awful... This is terrible.
Not well.
I am never watching the Oscars again.
At least not that award. I mean, like I said, I have gripes about certain years with the visual effects Oscar.
Like, this looks great with the boat going down and the name of the ship and... But no, you're all dead. I'm sorry. You're frozen to death.
Yeah.
That doesn't look too bad. The close-up of the boat going down. Yep. I'm sorry, this is not the Titanic.
No.
You know, everyone really shits on the love story in Titanic.
Okay.
Not so much, I guess, the portrayal of it, but just the fact that the idea is Romeo and Juliet on a boat.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, it's a historical drama with a fictional layered on, right? Which I love. I think that's great. The attention to detail is, I mean, astronomical.
Sure, yeah. I mean, Cameron doesn't slack on anything.
No. I mean, it was like scale. It was perfect.
Yeah.
It's a perfect movie. And I don't know. I can't imagine anybody doing anything and saying, I'm equal to that.
Yeah. Especially with these effects. It's like, I don't know what you're thinking of, but it's not working. I mean, I didn't see Perfect Storm, but I saw Air Force One, and it has one of the worst fucking effect shots that everyone just completely...
Yep.
That end crash of the freaking plane looks atrociously bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
And it's still not fixed on the 4K edition. It's still the exact same cheap-ass looking piece of crap. It's like...
That's a cheap-ass looking piece of crap.
I mean, so...
Perfect Storm was okay. I saw it in the theater.
Yeah, this is looking worse and worse.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like a USA movie here.
Yeah. And there was a 2005, 3-hour-long TV movie remake, which had, Rutger Hauer and Steve Guttenberg and a few other people in it.
Interestingly enough, there was a TV movie of the Titanic, in 1996 or 7.
Yeah.
Before the theatrical came out. That's weird how those things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very much less than.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
I mean, not saying I want another remake. I don't think it's necessary, but I wouldn't mind seeing Poseidon Adventures style movies kind of come back here and there.
Like a standard disaster film kind of thing?
Something along those lines. I think there's merit to doing that.
Yeah, like we could remake the Towering Inferno.
Yeah.
But the problem is it would be all computer. It would look like this.
You'd have to have the right guy at the helm of it that has the right sensibility about it all. And a studio willing to back their vision and not trying to go in and like, oh, let's do it this way and futz around with things and screw you up.
Right, like, you know, in movies like Die Hard, where they actually, like, lit some shit on fire on top of them.
blew up a freaking building.
Right. Like, that's what I want.
And use some miniatures here and there, yeah.
I think a miniature with a real fire would look better than any real building with a fake fire.
Right.
Even if you went, God, that kind of looks like a miniature, you know what? At least they did it for real.
Yeah.
Fire cannot be made.
You can touch it up with a few pieces of digital enhancement, but still the basis is something that's tangible you shot in the camera.
Yes. I mean, call me old school, but I like, you know.
Real shit blowing up.
Yeah, practical everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. The characters are not as defined.
No.
They are, like, it's action for action's sake, not for story's sake.
Yeah.
I didn't care. Everybody that died, well, I shouldn't say that. The first two people of the 30% of the characters died. Not a good ratio.
No.
The first two, we don't care about at all.
No.
And the one that we care about probably the most dies, which is good.
Yeah.
Or fine.
Yeah.
Maybe not good, but, like, whatever.
Yeah, I gotcha. It's in the plus column, not the minus column.
Yes, right. Although, we didn't really get to see Emmy Rossum's reaction to that. Like, they didn't have closure.
She was just sitting there waiting and just didn't really get a...
There was no closure.
Catharsis about the whole thing. So, yeah, there's...
Because they cut to the mom crying, but then she's reunited with her kid.
Yeah.
So you get the happy to counteract the tragedy.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, I still feel like...
Yeah, it's...
And then all of a sudden the helicopters show up immediately right when it's sinking?
Well, there was a thing saying, Andre Braugher's character said that because... Oh, K&B's on this sucker.
There he is.
Your buddy.
Greg Nicotero is a supervisor.
Friend of the podcast, Greg Nicotero.
Well, I'm sure
tangential acquaintance.
He did not do any of the digital shit.
No, this is all practical bodies floating around.
Right. So I do not blame my friend Greg for for any of that.
No. But I forgot where I was going. But yeah, Andre Braugher's character said that early on because when they hit the alarm, there would have been like a SOS or some kind of signal or whatnot sent out to alert
the Coast Guard or whatever.
Coast Guard, whomever, whatnot. So that was set up earlier.
I missed that in his extraordinarily underdeveloped character.
Yeah, like I said, you don't bring him on and give him scraps.
Well, they did.
They easily could have made him one of the characters that was going through the entire ship or whatnot, or just gave him something that has some heft to it. I mean, it's just very underwhelming. And these credits go on for dog's ages. Where's the...
Well, yeah, I mean, look, we're only at... There's still, 8 minutes left or something?
There's another 5 minutes of credits left.
Well, all right.
4.5. But, I don't know. There's not a sequel to talk about or anything else. Thankfully.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would like to encourage everyone to watch There Will Be Blood.
Sure.
For exceptional cinematography and acting.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to encourage everyone to rewatch Titanic.
Sure. It's out on 4K now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There's a set out there that has a coffee table book and a book. It's so expensive.
Oh.
It's like $140 or something.
Oosh.
So it comes with I'll justify $30 for the movie and $30 for the book. But then you're telling me that it's another $70 or something for all the other extra shit that comes with it?
Yeah.
Which it's like, lobby cards and it's like a set of junk.
Yeah, how?
But it's not $70 worth of stuff. Like, if it was $89.99 or something,
right,
I would get that version.
Shame on you, ILM. Why'd you do that work?
Industrial Light and Magic also responsible for the KISS avatars we were just talking about before we started recording.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea.
They can't all be winners.
KISS is my favorite band of all time. I went to one of the final 4 shows, and then that shit happened. Oof.
It should not need to be this long. They can get about 25% faster. Let's move it along. Make the text smaller, moves by faster.
Right. This is simple mathematics, folks.
This isn't Lord of the Rings. You don't need to go on this long.
Despite the fact that Lord of the Rings, 1/3 of Lord of the Rings won Best Picture, and I'm still salty about it 20 years later.
Mystic River.
Mystic River was the best movie of 2003. Everybody knows that. I will say that Lord of the Rings is probably the best movie ever made if you consider it as one film.
Sure. Good luck sitting through it all in one day.
I know plenty of people that have done it.
I've done that 2 years ago.
Like a 12-hour.
I went to fucking mush watching the extended versions in one shot.
It's 12 hours,
you can't
right?
do it. Can't do it no more. I got to break it up. Different days.
I don't know if I could get through 4 hours in one day.
It was much. It was too much.
I mean, you'd really need to, like, commit. I've had friends that said, I want to do it as a group. And we all get together and we commit, like, a 14-hour day. Yeah,
I mean, I did when all 3 of them came out on DVD extended editions that I did 2 years ago. And just, I know, sitting there on Thanksgiving trying to go through it. And
I mean, if you start at 9 a.m., you're not done until, like, at least 9 p.m. And that's assuming that you're not stopping. Right. So you're thinking, okay, midnight. Let's say midnight. That's a long-ass day.
It's a lot.
And if I had other people with me, that'd be different. If I'm by myself, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to, I'm going to play on my phone. I'm good. Right. I'm going to, clean
up something later on.
Do the dishes. I'm going to go get the mail. I'm gonna...
Yeah. You need some breaks in there.
Gloria Estefan had a song in here?
Written by. Someone else was singing it, I bet.
Shot entirely in Los Angeles, which explains why nobody had hypothermia.
The Hydroflex Incorporated.
Does that mean... Oh, yeah. I was going to say, does that mean it can go underwater? Yep. That's what it means.
They use the Hydroflex stuff on Jason Takes Manhattan as well. I remember that from our end credits on that.
Well, I mean, hey, there's a market for it.
Corner of the market.
Right. Oof. All right. Yeah, well, this 2006. I also encourage everyone to go watch Dreamgirls. I encourage them to watch Little Miss Sunshine and the movie that won Best Picture, The Departed. Yeah. All of which are better movies than this, but none of them are set at New Year's, so that's why we did it.
Yes.
And we hope everyone has a great and happy and safe 2024.
Yes.
And we appreciate all of you, and we're thankful. And we will see you next year.
Take care. Bye-bye. Happy New Year.